Alright, so many of you know about Chikara, right? You know, Discord.com debater. But I'm just like here to talk about some of the things that's been going around the com about Chikara. So most of it is just about Sparky and all of that, and a lot of it is about my experience with him just being a general weirdo. Okay, so we're looking at one of the videos that someone made on Chikara. Chikara deleted his original post after the video was made about it, basically debunking some of his points. I'll be looking at the clips in this video. I'll just be taking a general look about the points that the guy made, and then I'll be giving, you know, I'll just be giving like my experience with him and how he's just been a weirdo from what I've noticed.
Is that I apparently doxed him or some shit. Okay, so this obviously never happened, and I'm gonna be explaining why and how. Okay, so Chikara and another guy had beef on Discord. I'm not gonna be like saying his name since I don't want any more people to get involved in this. Okay, so I saw Chikara talking shit on this person, so I told him this. Basically, from there on out, and that person jumped Chikara. And then randomly, a guy named As Goku came in like my DMs, telling me to like give him a pic of Chikara in real life. So without much hesitation, I just gave him the pic just for fun. So another thing I might be addressing here is that Chikara in his video claimed that I am the one who posted his pic on Tenor. Okay, so first of all, I don't know how it got on tenor even in the first place. And second of all, Chikara accused me specifically for doing it for some reason, even though here, like I explained to him multiple times how it was probably as Goku since I gave him the pic.
Okay, so there's a few things here to unpack. Let's just get straight into it. So originally, Galactic, the person that made this video, is saying that he gave the picture to someone with, as he said, little to no hesitation, right? Or that's not exactly his quotes, but he said something around that, right? Meaning that he gave the picture to someone and he expects it not to be put on somewhere. I guess why you would not see why it'd be put anywhere, but realistically, why would he ask for it if he's not going to put it up anywhere? Now, I do think that part of what we so call doxing, like the sending of his pictures, does originally come from Galactic, but I don't think that Galactic should be blamed for the doxing based on the fact that Galactic only sent the pictures to someone in private, not in public. So anything that is said to Galactic, oh you doxed him, that would not be any part with Galactic. He did send the messages, which I don't think was maybe right. Well, I didn't even know why I had the picture in the first place, but I don't think he should be blamed for any of it.
And I showed him this pic of As Goku verbatim like saying how he's gonna make a GIF out of it, not me. So after I told him this, here's what he said. All he said was nah, don't lie, okay, continuously. So after a lot of talking to him, I decided to let him think what he wanted to think, since deep down I knew what the truth was, and I didn't want this to like be a beef. So I just told him to think what he wanted to think. So randomly out of nowhere, after that comment, he just called me over here. So I don't know why he said this. I think he was raging or something. So because of that, I wrote something back, and he wrote something back, and a whole ass pack battle started in our DMs.
Okay, so basically just a quick summarization of the points they made after this. So basically, all he really said after this is that Chikara kept saying that he doxed him. Now, as I said earlier, absolutely not. I mean, doxing is a disclosing of private information to a public, I guess, say place, right? Which he didn't do. He sent it to a person private, right? Now, I think there's a whole misconception on this whole big thing, right? I'm not saying that Goku is a bad person. I know him. I'm friends with him, right? Neither am I saying that the actions of Goku were a good thing. Absolutely not. But I don't think that Goku should be really attacked for this. Now, I do think that Goku was definitely in the wrong. Absolutely, right? But that he shouldn't be attacked for it. I mean, all he really did was send his face, which somehow he's gonna acquire it. He's not gonna like. I don't think like Galaxy is gonna, go out of his way to find your face. That's just pathetic, right? So why are you so mad about it? I mean, I obviously get why, like you wouldn't want your face on the internet, but like, why'd you call him those names, right? Like, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna change what happened. Now I think that most of the allegations are actually out of the way now, so we can just say that Galactic didn't actually dox Chikara, right? But let's go on to my experience with him now, which I think a lot of you have been waiting for, okay? Now, if you guys have been seeing Chikara's bio, he's been saying that me, PlaysOP, Arshu, and all of Sparky's server are his sons, meaning that he's calling Tensor and Focus his son. Like, what? Now, I think that just from that, you guys can tell that Chikara is delusional, right? He's basically calling Tensor his son, even though Tensor and Focus would absolutely slam him, right? But there has been a debate. Now he could make the argument that me and him have debated, which means, and in that debate he beat me, which means that in any way he thinks that's okay. Like, no, we debated, I agree with that, but both of the judges gave their verdicts towards me. I'll tell you right now, right? What happened is we debated, obviously, right? And then part of the arguments that I gave was saying, okay, so my original thing was, okay, so we can just go to the conclusion, right? And then he said, no, right? Then I said to him, right, okay, you know what? You can give I'll give my argument, then you'll give your argument, and then I'll give my argument, then we go straight to conclusions. So he said yes, and right after that he said he started continuing, right? I've got a video of it on my PC too, right? Not just that, right? Even after that, even after that, right? Even after giving like my verdict, right? He gave like a few conclusions, right? And his conclusion like contained like a refutation towards my final argument that wasn't refuted, meaning that he lied during his conclusions, which I brought up in my conclusions too. Then he lied and said, oh no, I never agreed to that, and that was your last like conclusion, which both the judges agreed with me. And then like I started blazing him, right, because he just started lying. And then after I caught him in VC, he thinks that he still beat me, right? So I asked him about it, right, and then I showed the whole like VC, the recording, right? My original claim was that he lied, and then he said, oh no, I didn't lie, right? Like, I didn't lie, like that. I already refuted the last argument, right? Which I proved that that last argument was the last argument, and I proved that he also agreed to it, because he tried lying and saying that he didn't agree to it. Like, what? If you guys want the recording, there is the recording. Even after this, right, I debated him again, and he made the argument that, oh, it's possible that my character wins, which I absolutely slammed him on. I basically said that a possibility existing doesn't mean this possibility is probable or necessary, meaning that this possibility is just something that can happen, and it's not just that fact, it's also a possibility. It's also a pill to possibility fallacy, which he couldn't refute at all. He's just bad in general. Like, this guy is so delusional that he thinks he can be Tensor and Focus. I genuinely think this guy needs some help in some form.